And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta, as Humanity first. We got the Mercury first, and then the aliens came. In fact, the aliens are still here blowing our stuff up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna dock the colony fleet. We're gonna get our guys' assignments back on Earth, and they do have assignments back on Earth. We're gonna confirm assignments, let some time pass. Our guys will undock, and then I want to find a bunch of outposts to reclaim the lost spots on Mercury. That keeps them from being taken. And then we're just going to redock it with the station. And then we'll start undergoing repairs again. And if I think the aliens will continue blowing our stuff up. But so every like 12 days, so we can just replace everything the aliens blow up. As long as we're proactive enough about it, the other factions won't take any of our stuff.
Lending my expertise.
And we're just losing tier 1 stuff, so it's fine. Eventually we'll get that lucky crit from the PDAs, and the aliens will take enough damage and leave. Oh, that reminds me, in the new HABs, I should actually start building the PDAs, otherwise it's going to be real easy for the aliens to blow everything up. To be fair, if the aliens are planning on continuing to do their like constant bouncing through all the points into Mercury, this is not really going to slow them down because the PDAs won't be up in time before they bounce back around to them. There's another base that's gone. So 7 of the 8. See if they go for the last one. Nope, we lost our turn counselor. But we'll have to go turn another one. Interesting. Okay, so they're bombarding the last of the bases, which is a bit of a shame because it just got up to tier 2. Oh, they're not going for the last one. They're going for one of the new builds. Excuse me, I was wrong on that. So they left you intact, which presents us with an interesting situation. We're going to try to very rapidly... So we also just have to build it, right? We just build the point defense. The defensive area. So if that comes online, that will be much more capable of driving the aliens off. He probably won't come online. If the aliens are going to come around and swat it, they're going to come around and swat it sooner. And then in orbit, we can basically do the same thing. We should have enough power up here. We can drop the LDA into the orbital ones. Again, if the aliens are really coming hard and fast, the orbital LDAs are not going to be enough. They will blow through those. They're even less defensive than the ground-based ones. I'm out of water. And of course, farms. Farms cost water. Yeah. I'm not that much about water. We would have built it in a couple days. It also doesn't necessarily need to be built right away. It doesn't cost anything to build those solar panels over the shipyard. So let's go. Solar array. Shipyard, and I'm setting up for the farm. The farm we'll be able to forward in 3 days. I could potentially unpause on this menu and go a couple days. Yeah, so they blow the PDA at... Well, this is actually the uncompleted PDA. They blow it up. So they're obviously going to blow that location up. Another alien fleet arrives at low Mercury. much more ships arriving at this point. Up to 7 ships, and this actually added onto the existing fleet here. So Fuji base is being bombarded. Oh, no, they're just bombarding. They still got the other one out there bombarding. Blackburn, and now Fuji's being hit. So Fuji and Blackburn are now being bombarded. Both of them are the new builds, so it's not actually a lot of a setback. Although they're going to blow up real fast at this point. So there goes Fuji. Enough order, we can set the farm in. And yeah, they're coming pretty hard. They're not appreciative of whatever I've done recently.
We've moved the needle.
Violence is abating.
Probe controlled by humanity first has arrived here, providing us understanding of where the water and volatiles are.
Targets got away.
Shame. Crackdown failed. Okay, so that's one of the new builds. That's the last of the new builds they're targeting. There goes the last of the new builds. So presumably if they're going to continue bombarding Mercury, they'll go for the last one. This one is the last of the original builds. So it's actually tier 2. At this point, I don't think we're going to get the PDA up online, the LDA. Well, we've got the PDA up. We've got the PDA up, but small surface to orbit, we're not going to put them enough firepower. And this comes up in November, they're not going to come up in time. And now they're coming for Adoba. So now they're coming for the stations. They're going to go blow the station up. And they're coming for the colony fleet. Okay. I might as well resolve this. We're not going to get within firing range on these guys. We got no armor, and those... Well, the light alien mags are going to come in the same range that the light rail cannons are going to come on. And they have some point defense, so... Our guns will open fire at just the moment that their shortest range weapons open fire, and then they'll quickly... Their PD will win, and our rounds won't connect. Their rounds will, and ours will blow up, so... We'll accept, we'll auto-resolve, and yeah. I think the LDA, the PDA actually did some damage, but the gunships didn't. Here we go. So we've been shucked out of Mercury orbit. The aliens were like, nope. You're not allowed to have Mercury.
We are in control now.
Okay. How do I want to respond to the setback here? Probably do want the Vision Outpost. This is for things Mercury out, the asteroids and Mercury out. Wait, did they get bored after... They got bored after blowing up our fleet. Okay, we'll see if the station survives. The station survives till the construction module comes online on the 21st of November. We can bounce back from this really easily.
Our enemies are still in control.
Removing our enemies.
Your orders? Applying pressure on their people.
Reporting in.
Apparently,
We'll
we need
make
to
our
stabilize public support for us in Georgia because the initiative is being a bit of an issue to get out of there. Up to 2.5. I'd really like to be at like 4 before we start the Unity campaign. And yeah, Bosnia is 30th of August. It's the next cycle. Okay, let's confirm assignments. Let some time pass.
Lending my expertise.
Actually, let's pause for a moment. Let's grab a couple of the colony ships. Well, build a couple colony ships, which is then blown up. So that is actually going to be landers at this point. We're going to grab like 3 Mercury landers. We've got 3 at... Is one of the Rainier shipyards still down? Looks like one of the Rainier shipyards is still down. I should put in Rainier. Yeah. Prepare 2 of Logan's, or build 3 at Logan. And then Rainier should have 3. Check up on the station. Yes, it will have 3 on the 30th of August. Okay. And we did have the war to get those underway, so they're going to be constructed. We're going to send them out for
We're winning
water.
their hearts and minds.
That's what we're going to do.
Things are stabilizing.
We've moved the needle.
Vision outpost kit. That's the tier 2 one. Yeah. Let's get the point defense laser turrets. This will improve, or in theory improve. It might not, but it should in theory improve the PDAs, the orbital PDAs, capacity to defend against enemy projectiles.
We have neutralized their key people.
Okay, so now, once I've assigned someone else, I have like a 60% chance of doing it even without the crackdown. The crackdown goes through. Plasma tornadoes. If we were the Academy, we could pick the bottom option so we don't get to see the effect. We did the top one. So we get to observe them. Oh, that's the proper name for the event is flux transfer events, yeah. Plasma tornadoes. So 1.5k science, and now we have an event that can damage our stuff on Mercury if we still had control of Mercury. Is that point defense array? Because obviously that provided enough science to complete PD, or not point defense array, point defense turret real quick. Yeah, I think we're cyclotron at this point. We're going to be gambling a little bit on getting the neutron lance.
We're in control here. Where to?
Okay. So we got full control in Georgia again. I think we're back into control of our stuff. Yeah, Bosnia time.
Standing by.
You set national policy,
Time to make our move.
and then we can move on the point in Tajikistan.
I'm here.
It is not ours, but will be ours.
Terminating the opposition.
Acknowledged. Targeting their center of power.
At which point, for the short term, I think we're actually about as big as we need to be. It might be tempting to try to be on the lookout for what goes on in Saudi Arabia, India, China. China might be a little hard to get into. Japan will probably be a little bit hard to get into as long as they're doing defend on it. And then we're still somewhat friendly with the resistance. So we'd like the resistance to be powerful. Brazil might be hard to get into as well. Although Brazil's probably the place where we go public campaign if we've got nothing else to do.
Lending my expertise.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Things are cooling off.
Oh, I forgot about the middle point in Belarus. Let's go back and do that one.
Crackdown complete.
Condensance array. I think I'm going to put you... We're a little bit low on volatiles. Is that thermal mining? So that's water. Volatile one's the ones I don't have. Haven't discovered. We'll search. Mines, produce. I don't have transform phages. Okay, so that's why that one hasn't popped up. It's one of the volatiles. There's two of them. So where's the other one? Microbial drills is required to design life forms. Thermal mining techniques. Okay. Okay, so I can't get more volatiles. I can get more water, which is what we'll move on to. We'll move on to thermal mining techniques for more water. We're a little bit more worried about actually being low on water because that's mostly the fuel. The volatiles is like the armor and stuff at the moment. You're in the Eurasian Union and its attack on Brazil. I'm going to say no in this circumstance.
Policy direction complete.
Unification with Bosnia.
We've removed some threats.
Okay, we're in full control of Chikistan, which is authoritarian enough we can unify it safely into the Eurasian Union when we get control of the executive. I'm trying to lower the democracy in Belarus for that reason, yeah. It might actually be worth running government in Eurasian Union when we're done with the mission control. Depends on how long it looks like it's going to be to get the cross point.
Targeting the
With
opposition.
Belarus.
Ready for my mission. Turning up the heat.
Where do you need me? Going in hot.
Acknowledged. Taking it to them.
And then policy-wise, we're still waiting on a cooldown here. In fact, we're waiting on 3. We got October for Croatia, January for Estonia, February for Georgia. At which point we'll basically put the EU all the way together without looking at merging with the Eurasian Union. And that would be Eurasian Union into the EU. So we can benefit from that nice democracy score. It's not worth going from 3 or 1.3 to 9. But if you're already up at 9, that's a very good point to be. And yeah, the aliens appear to have left Chokai Station alive. And no one has yet started to jump my claims, which is also nice to see. So on the 21st of November, the construction module comes online. The moment it comes online, we can just claim every Tier 1 spot on Mercury again. And at that point, to stop me from replacing it, instead of attacking undefended colony ships, they'll have to attack a LDA-defended space station, which is a little bit harder for them to do.
Lending my expertise.
The people will come to our side.
The control is vulnerable now.
Lucky strike. And we can do the... We're probably going to fail it, but we can attempt the additional surveys to get extra 25. We did not get the extra 25, as I said. Probably going to fail it. We still got the base 25% bonus, which is nice.
Target secured.
Target secured.
Our people have taken control.
Full control in Belarus. There's the shipyard replaced at Rainier Station.
Where do you need me?
You probably want espionage, you can be a little bit more hidden. You're getting pretty close to being capped in the the main body of them. But I suppose that's being a very active. That's well, actually, that's the executioners. Executioners real strong. 5, 10, 3, 10. Yeah. And then you've got 8. You've got point to spend. Probably going to be espionage. Make it more hidden. Confirm. Oh, I gotta remember. Actually, the counselors aren't doing stuff. So you're waiting on the executive there, which is 89 days. You're too democratic. Apparently, Belarus right now is too democratic, but Belarus can be fixed. Oh, that doesn't decrease education or government anymore. It does. It's just education. Never mind then. So spoils does. Is it oppression that does it? Oppression does it as well. Although you're unified enough that you don't need to reduce your unrest. So yeah, it's just spoils. Just gonna run spoils there. That's an argument to actually come to democracy in Eurasian Union. Yeah, we'll probably want a new government to offset all the other stuff people have done to it. Okay, still gonna hoard onto our money. At some point we're gonna get... Mind the Machine is gonna let us do cyborging. Which is tier 3. Augments will want a bunch of money for that. Otherwise I would have been tempted to just direct invest to pick up the mission control here. What I think we'll do is we'll actually drop funding here, and I'll do one ticket to government. Each set, so 25% government, 75% mission control. It's next cycle for the next unification in EU. You can't do defend. I can send you to public campaign. Although anything decently sized, you're gonna be pretty bad at it.
I will tell our story. Ready to go. We'll make things safe.
Ready.
Standing by.
I work for you now.
At your service.
Oh, and you don't have a public campaign. Which is probably fine if you only got 6 persuasion.
Please keep me safe.
Send you to go sabotage one of their projects again.
Ready for orders.
You're pretty bad at public campaigning, although you do have Defend Nation. Let's do Estonia. Well, actually, they've already cracked it down. It's probably a bit late. So let's do Belarus. We don't have to
Protecting our interests.
To get into there. Okay, confirm assignments. Let's time pass.
Lending my expertise.
Making things safe for our people.
Ship launched. Okay, so these 3 ships just launched. Now it's time to do some prospecting. Location filter. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Luna, inner system asteroids, Mars. And this is because these guys have got solar panels as their build option. Volatiles, water unclaimed. So, Comet and Temple 2. We're sending a colony ship to you. Temple parking orbit. Do I hard burn or do I slow burn? Yeah, we're just gonna hard burn. I can always, they'll be sending a... Yeah, we're gonna hard burn. We're just hard burning it out. Okay. Then, prospecting next. Kind of looking for waters and volatile. So that's decent volatiles but no waters, decent volatiles but no water. Okay, so then we're into realm of volatiles are bad. Okay, so let's look for good water. We got 2 comets that in theory are really good water. That's the one we just launched to. Okay, otherwise we're out in the outer system. We'll launch to Belka and Mons Loma. So, Belka. And it's a comment, so that's a hard burn for it to catch up to, but it will do. Mons Loma Brita. Okay, 3 colony ships outbound. Let me redesign some fission versions. So these are the Mercury landers. Let's do an upgrade on the lander, which won't technically be the Mercury lander anymore. So Solar Outpost Kit, go bye-bye. Replaced with Vision Outpost Kit. I think it'll be nice. We'll go ahead and double the double fuel on these. And these are asteroid miners. Save design. And then I think we'll go and build 3 of those asteroid miners. Once again at the Logan shipyards. 48 days later, we'll have 3 of those to go out. And I think we'll be getting a little bit better selection for the water and volatiles
They won't
further
know
out.
what hit them.
We'll destroy the ion battery research. Really didn't need to at that point. And have enough invested at the moment.
Things are stabilizing.
We've moved the needle.
Our case remains unheard.
Again, if they crank down the first one, it's not really a setback. I just gotta be ready to purge them back out of it when they get the ticket.
Ready for my mission.
What's the op?
Okay, let Cash continue the public campaign.
We must persuade the people.
I'm here.
Send you to sabotage. Oh, we lost our Protectorate spy. So go investigate the Protectorate counselor we know about.
Surveilling target.
Find out how much loyalty they have.
to?
They may be the next spy. And then you will do set national policy
Heading to the
EU,
capital.
which will add Croatia in. And then we're just looking, waiting on the cooldown for Estonia and Georgia.
Lending my expertise.
The NU nuke. Oh, okay. So the colonial region of Greenland is no longer considered a colony.
I have new information.
Their actual loyalty is 2, so they should be fairly easy to turn.
Violence is abating.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We've moved the needle.
Mission complete.
Unification, Croatia. Confirm. Okay, you're no longer Crackdown, so send someone to defend interests
Securing
there.
our control.
Standing by for orders.
At your
You
service.
are our turn, Counselor Man. So 89% even before you invest influence. Spend 8 influence, get 96%
I'll make
chance.
an offer they can't refuse.
And November the 21st is when the construction sector comes online. Construction module comes online. Anyone claimed any sites yet? No. Although, the longer we leave them unclaimed, the greater likelihood that some human
What's the
player
op?
goes and takes them.
Lending my expertise.
Securing our interests.
We have got some intel on our target.
We now have a spy in their ranks.
Now have a spy
I'm
in
on
their
your
ranks.
side.
Critical success. About a month's worth of research files. We were developed forward significantly.
Order is returning.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Once is for Blue Ridge Station. Okay. Foxtrot 176. And you rally at Blue Ridge Station. They're bringing 2 ships. They have some possibility to actually overwhelm the defense. We arrive in less than an hour. They arrive first. We catch them while they're arriving to blow the station up. We engage. Both sides are willing to fight. They actually can't back down because they're docked to the station at the moment. And to be fair, this would be enough torpedo tubes to bring down 2 alien warships. So, 2 human warships, this should not be a problem against. They'd be running maxed out PD, and they maxed out this period of the game PD, and they would not stop that many torpedoes. There's no way they're jamming them. There goes the first one. And some of the torpedoes from the first one redirect to the second one before the batch for the second one arrives. And the second one blows up as well. Score 1 for Earth Defense. So we arguably want to relaunch you back to one of the medium Earth orbit stations. Although you gotta go someplace else for refueling. Okay. You're in low Earth orbit, so go to one of the close by Earth orbit ones. 4.6 hours there. Do a resupply mission. And then from there we jump to Logan this time. Got our LDA at Mercury orbit. I suppose we're not using this dock right now, so let's go ahead and upgrade the space dock and the solar array. And then I don't need that PDA anymore, because the LDA is going to do everything the PDA does and more. Oh, and the question is, what do we overwrite it with? Operations Center. We're going to overwrite it with an Operations Center. I think we're going to do a couple space. Couple space ones for their science output. Yeah, you can see why we need to go get more water. Went through the entire water stockpile just sallying the combat fleet. And then are gonna get much better drives. Like that's the two compromises I gotta do. I think get better drives so we get to go farther on less, or I need more water.
I'm here.
And return the council. That's what you were up to. Probably pull up a campaign in Russia.
I will try to sway the public.
Reporting in.
At your service.
Okay, let's have you crack. Oh, they're already cracked down because they took it and then cracked themselves down
Where do you need me?
because they just don't like me that much. Fair enough.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready for orders.
I can get the story that's laying down. Yeah. Good old fashioned. We didn't really want it, but we
Securing
really
our
didn't want
control.
you having it. Sort of situation. Yeah.
I'm here. I will try to sway the public.
Still trying to unify. To be fair, every time we're doing a integration of another region, that's throwing the inequality down, or the cohesion down. So we're doing what we can to put it back up again. If I can get it up to 4, we'll probably just calm down and just swap over to knowledge hardcore, which will kind of do the same thing, right? We're getting 0.01 cohesion per 2. Knowledge is 0.002, so it's a fifth as powerful, but it pushes you towards 5 instead of just straight up. Unity is always up. So it's a fifth as powerful, and then the link pushes you towards 5. But seeing as I'm struggling with just pushing that much unity, knowledge wouldn't be strong enough at the moment. Although that is something we're going to want to do at some point. We're going to want to swap for unity to knowledge. And probably at some point push some economy in there as well. Yeah, probably push some economy in there as well. Let's confirm assignments, let some time pass.
Lending my expertise.
Securing our interests.
Issue fleet launches for Blue Ridge Station. This is just one, so we're not going to sally the entire fleet. Oh, they blew up a Blue Ridge Station because we hadn't finished preparing the PDA yet. Okay, that's annoying. It's only annoying. Is this the new Blue Ridge? I In fact, I think we'll... If we get lucky and it can actually survive long enough to get the improved stuff up, we'd rather jump straight to tier 2. So for the moment, let's just put the important stuff on here. So LDA... we'll hold off on farm because that's going to cost water, but LDA because it needs to be able to defend itself. Solar array to power itself, and a space dock, so if a fleet does rendezvous with it for defensive purposes, it can repair itself, or the fleet can refuel. So that's the minimum. If this actually comes online, then we'll add more stuff. Here I'm getting like, is that per year or per month? Might be per... Yeah, that's probably per month. Saying we're getting 1.4 thousand science a month out of the EU. You're coming from Rainier. And then Rainier shoots you off. Yeah. That's what the Blue Ridge thing is.
Things are stabilizing.
Annoying, but not a real problem. If the PDA is intact, the defense station holds. Against one ship. New construction module, Chokai, low Mercury. Ah, that's our construction module, yes. Take me there. Not because we actually want to be it, but because we want to be at Mercury. And did anyone take any sites on Mercury? Initiative took 1. I can live with that. Found settlement, found outpost because we can launch it using space resources. And then these want to be build module, outpost mine, PDA, and and the previous old ones had a construction module with them, but we didn't actually really want or need that construction module, so we can leave this as this while we're upgrading from 1 to 2. In fact, let's pop in here. Let's save this template. Do the template. Rename the template as Merc Mine T1. So Mercury mines at level 1, this is what they get. Eventually we'll be able to skip to higher tiers, and then that will be a template that doesn't get used very much, but okay, that's not quite working right. I think that's supposed to have the same functionality as this one, where you can select multiple and it works, but... Okay, so we do something like... Is there a way I can select multiple control? No. Okay, so due to the aliens being mean, put that back on. Only have 7 of the 8 science at Mercury. At least until we can get a fleet up to be a menace to other people who have, or a menace to the initiative who've got there as well. There we go. Ship launched. Medium Earth. So this is one of the miners. So we're going to send these guys out to mine. So once again, we're going to pull up prospecting. Previously we had it mixed. This time I'm going to actually... Well, actually, we'll leave it mixed, but what I'll do is I'll do inner, middle, and outer asteroid belts. Add to the list. So, volatiles, big volatiles unclaimed. We've got 2 Pallas and 106 Dione, and 356 Liguria. So we got 3 decent places for these guys to go out to, and we got 3 to send, so 1 to each. 2 Pallas gets Foxtrot 199. Present 23, 24 weeks. Oh, this is a little confusing. So it's going to take 23.6 weeks to get there. It's actually going to wait around for a week before it sets out. That's sometimes what confuses people. They go like, I need to get there in X amount of time, and they don't look at the loiter. If you really care about arrival, look at arrival time. Don't look at time to arrival, because that doesn't include the loiter. And then as we're scrolling here, we're changing the arrival time. This is the arrival modifier. Okay, you're at Palace. Then Prospect Dione. 06 Dione gets 2,000. Or not 2,000, 200. Then Liguria gets 201. And then back to Earth, and we let some time pass. So we got lots of
Public
mining
opinion
colony
is
ships
moving in our direction.
The people will come to our side.
There's the cyclotron being researched. Again, until we get Neutron Lancer, it's not probably something we're going to make use of, but if we get Neutron Lance, then we'll make Neutron Lancers, which I think will be quite deadly. Well, doubly so if the goal is not necessarily to blow ships up. It does a lot of systems damage. 10 times more systems damage than the particle lance that we currently have. I want to jump up to Apollo. I think it's Apollo that's next. Or this is the same tier as the torpedoes we got. One of the two. I hold off on that because I'm not so sure. At some point we want to do the battleships, but the battleships are gonna... Well, we have a couple of battleships, so I suppose we can start continuing to upgrade their primary armaments. L cannons and such will be fine. At least the advanced ones will be. It'll be a while before we get the coil guns up to the point where they'll be a better replacement.
Our associates are now in charge.
Okay, we're back in control. Tajikistan? Not yet at the cross point for Minsk. We're at 1.384. We need to be within 1.5, so this would need to be that's so what? 1.38. So this would have to be 2.85. Yeah. So this needs to come down, or this needs to go up more. Although the gap isn't that big, that should be done reasonably quickly. And then we can push those two together. Okay, 2 more shipyards functional at Mercury. Of course, the monitor I had in the shipyard wasn't building while we were upgrading it. That one's not actually built yet. Do I have enough water in hand? I have enough to work on one. I want to get another monitor. Although, potentially there's an argument to go battleships. Because they cost less water. They're not mobile, but This is Mercury. They're going to be defending this space station. Mostly. At least initially. Or I can keep building 2Bs. We'll stick to 2Bs. So we'll get 1 2B underway. We'll queue a third one up. These are all going to be coming in at weird times, but when we get the water, that will come online.
Standing by.
Reporting in. Making things safe for our people.
Unification cooldown, January, February, it's December, so we got 3 council actions, and then we can make Estonia integrate, 5 for Georgia.
Ready.
At which point we're just going to be probably trying to public campaign in big places where we're going to want to go next, or just to stabilize where we are already. And of course, trying to public campaign in our places we are with 5 persuasions. Big questionable efficacy. What's Brazil? 16. Ethiopia? 11. That's pretty bad too. This is the struggle of trying to public campaign apparently. With 5 persuasion. I'll get decent in Turkey because we control the neighbors. Let's do Turkey.
Making our case.
Turkey is something we can eventually push into the EU. We're just not doing that research right now. Build 1 more council
Lending
action
my
and then bring this recording portion
Securing
to a
our
close. There's more water. And I guess we really do need the water more than we need the volatiles. The volatiles, as you can see, go a lot into the initial ship build. So when we're building bigger ships, we're going to want more volatiles. Like 7.5 is probably not a comfortable level of volatiles for big ship building. But for just flying ships, you don't use a lot. Right now I'm in the flying ship stage. Let's do water purification then. Another 15% more water. I think those add, not multiply off of each other, but...
Things are cooling off.
The people will come to our side.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
Trickle more signs from Mercury.
Standing by.
Okay, and we're back to our council action here. Yeah, I'm not sure what I actually want you to do. Actually, you're a little bit better at public camp. Although you can't public campaign. We can have you try to do stabilized missions where we need it. Looks to be Georgia again.
Restoring order.
Yeah, I think this is where we're going to put a part break in. In theory, we're back in Mercury, although that's still tenuous and not anyway rewarding. Got a bunch of colony ships going out.
Ready for orders.
And yeah, not a bad part, I think, as far as progress. If for no other reason than we basically reset what the aliens undid most of the way. And then tech-wise, we're coming along. They're almost done with nuclear fusion methodologies. Nuclear fusion is required for all the fusion methods. So if we're going to do something fusion-related, then there we are. That's fusion. And then we just need to combo with that one of the follow-ups, right? So could probably very easily push into Z-pinch or either Z Finch or inertial confinement fusion. Although those are 50k each. 50k, 65k each. Deuterium, tritium, another 50k. Yeah, the methodology is really easy, but it doesn't really give you anything. But it's the prerequisite for everything that you would do after, which is this, and then your specific flavor of how are you doing the confinement, electrostatic, Z-pinch, inertial, or tokamak. And then that plus the deuterium tritium then allows you to have your fusion, first tier fusion drive. Which might be one way for us to reduce our crippling addiction on water, although it might not actually reduce our crippling addiction on water, because these are... The early fusion drives are not that much better, I think, than... in the full tech tree. Early fusion drives are not that much better than vision drives. The usual main when you go up is inertial confinement. Let's say we do Z-Finch this time just for a variety. Is that a Triton drive? Which is mostly water. A little bit of radioactives. We'd be pushing an 8.6 exhaust velocity rating. We can compare that against our current drives currently using. Which I believe for, well, toss up between burner, so it's better than the burner. Although we're only really using the burner on the really small stuff. Light bulb, a lot better than light bulb, so yeah, we'd be happily with the bonus there. And it's even better than the grid drive, so yeah. Yeah, I could see jumping for that. But pushing into the tier 1 fusion, or tier 1 fusion. Although we're not investing in the nuclear, so they're going to get to pick the replacement of that. And we've already got ideas for what we're replacing on these ones. They're really not helping. They're all off doing their own things, but yeah, we're locked in. Well, actually, not quite locked in on Mind the Machine. It'd be hard for someone to take Mind the Machine from us at this point. And then we are locked on a mission to Saturn, which is why no one's helping yet. But yeah, this is more mines, which is why we want to go take over more mines. I will actually need it, mission Saturn, before we can set up our space mines, or just run over the limit, which is probably what I end up doing. Yeah, let me stop rambling. I think things are going well. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where we're going to go ahead and take the tea break, the midstream tea break. We are going to record another 2 parts tonight, but they will be after the tea break. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.